Problem number 2. Mike purchased 2 blankets at $44.99 each. So I'm going to underline the 2 blankets, and they are $44.99 each. So it's a good idea when you're reading a story problem to try to picture what the story problem is talking about. So you should be right now picturing those 2 blankets that each cost $44.99. Next, picture the mattress. There's one mattress that costs $59. And then there are 2 bed sheets for a total of $9.99. Now, this is different than saying the $44.99 each. This is a total of $9.99. So it's not $9.99 per bed sheet. It's just $9.99 for both bed sheets. So we're only going to have to include that one time. The sales tax is 5.75%. What is the total purchase price including sales tax? So let's go ahead and look at A. What is the subtotal? The subtotal is the total before tax is added. So all we need to do for this part is record everything that was purchased. So Mike purchased first for $44.99 a blanket. And in fact, he purchased 2 of those blankets. So I need to record $44.99 again, and I'll label it blanket. And then he purchased a mattress for $59. And then last, he purchased 2 bed sheets that together cost a total of $9.99. We add those together to get the subtotal. So let me go over to the calculator, and I'm going to type in the $44.99. And instead of typing in $44.99 plus $44.99, I'm just going to multiply that by 2 since there's 2 of them. Then I'm going to add to that the $59 for the mattress and the $9.99 for the 2 bed sheets. And I get a subtotal of $158.97. $158.97. So that's the subtotal. Part B asks us about the sales tax. What is the sales tax? So what we need to do is find the sales tax in the problem. And the sales tax rate is 5.75%. So I'll come down here and I'll type 5.75%. And then I need to think about it. 5.75% of what? Well, it's going to be of the subtotal because the subtotal represents the total amount of money that was spent, that Mike spent. So now on the second line, I'll type the same 5.75%, but this time I'm going to write of, and instead of the word subtotal, I'm going to replace it with the actual subtotal, the numbers. Now on the next line, I'm going to need to change the percent to a decimal because I'm getting ready to multiply, since of in math means multiplication. So I'm going to record 5.75%. I'll grab a different color and then I'll cross out the percent sign. Now, some of you I noticed the other day were thinking that the decimal always starts out here. That is not true. The decimal you only place over there if you don't already see a decimal in the number. In this example, there's already a decimal listed in the number, 5.75. So I don't need to place it, it's already there. Then to change the percent to decimal, you move the decimal 2 times to the left, which is the same thing as dividing by 100. Let me show you. 5.75 divided by 100, we get 0.0575, which is what we get here, 0.0575. And now I'm ready to type that in place of the percent. I had to write it in decimal form because you cannot multiply until the percent is written in decimal form. So 0.0575. Of means multiplication, so I'll put a little times sign there, multiplication sign, and then we're multiplying it by the 158.97. You're not going to type a dollar sign into the calculator, so I didn't put a dollar sign here. And if you want in front of this decimal over here, you could put another 0. A lot of times on the EOG, they'll put a 0 in front of this, and it's supposed to help you to notice there's a decimal there. So it's not necessary, but you can write it. So let's go ahead and type in 0.0575 times our subtotal, which was $158.97. And we get this amount, which I'm actually just going to copy. You can copy and paste. So I'll copy and paste. I'm starting to run out of room. Okay, paste it there. And that's not really large enough for me to work with, so I'm going to make this a little bit larger. That'll work. And then I'll go back to my other color. All right, this is the tenths place. Oh, I need to grab the scribble. This is the tenths place. This is the hundredths place. This is the thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millionths. We're looking for the hundredths place. So this is the hundredths place where the 4 is, so I'll underline that. Then the number to its right is the decision maker. 0 is the decision maker. It decides whether this is going to stay $9.14 or become $9.15. So it's either going to stay the same or go up 1 penny. So since this is a 0, that's a part of the group 4 or less. 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. 4 or less, you let it rest. So you let it rest at what it was. So it stays $9.14. So I'll go ahead and type up here, the sales tax was $9.14. So this tax is what the government is given. Remember, tax is paid to the government. So the government is making a little bit of money off of everything that's purchased. That brings us to part C. What is the total purchase price? And I wanted to throw in here the word gross because sometimes they'll say, what is the gross amount? The word gross just means total. So basically, it means the same things what we're saying here. It's the total purchase price. So they're wanting us to combine the subtotal and the tax to figure out how much we're going to pay in all. So down here for my work, what I'll have is the $158.97, the subtotal, plus I'm going to add to that the $9.14, and I'm going to try to move that over if I can. I don't know if it's going to let me. Let's see. Nope, I don't think so. So I'm just going to leave it be. Usually I would try to line up the decimals, but I'm having a little trouble, so I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm going to type it into the calculator anyways. So 158.97, 158.97 plus the $9.14 gives us a total of $168.11. $168.11. So we're not going to just pay the price of the items, the retail prices listed in the store. We also have to remember that we're going to pay a tax, and in total we'll pay $168.11.